Most men walk into a room hoping to be noticed. A king never hopes. He arrives. And the moment he arrives, something changes. People feel it before he says a word. Not because he is the richest, not because he is the loudest, but because he carries himself differently. Today, I will show you exactly how to carry yourself like a king. Not through fake confidence, not through expensive clothes, not through empty motivation, but through 4 powerful principles that separate respected men from forgotten men. Master these 4 things, and people will never look at you the same way again. Comment, I am the prize. Number 1. Control your mind. Everything starts in your mind. The quality of your life is determined long before the results arrive, because every result you see around you begins as a thought, a belief, a decision, or a habit repeated so many times that it becomes your identity. Many men spend years trying to change their circumstances without realizing that their circumstances are following instructions from the way they think every single day. Think about it honestly. How many times do you tell yourself you are going to change your life, start the business, get in shape, stop wasting time, stop chasing distractions, stop accepting less than you deserve, only to find yourself in exactly the same place months later? That question is uncomfortable because it forces you to confront something many men spend years avoiding. The biggest obstacle in your life is often not another person, not the economy, not your boss, not your past, but the lack of command you have over your own mind. A king understands that before he can lead anything outside himself, he must first lead what is happening inside himself. He understands that thoughts create actions, actions create habits, habits create character, and character creates destiny. That is why he refuses to become a prisoner of every emotion that appears in his mind. If he wakes up tired, he still does what needs to be done. If he is disappointed, he still moves forward. If life becomes difficult, he still keeps his standards. This is where most men lose. They believe they should act based on how they feel in the moment. A king acts based on what his future requires from him. Ask yourself this: what would happen if you stopped negotiating with yourself every day? What would happen if the moment your alarm rang, you got up immediately? What would happen if every promise you made to yourself became a promise you actually kept? Most men never explore that version of themselves. They live far below their potential because they are constantly listening to the voice that seeks comfort. Comfort whispers that tomorrow is a better day to start. Comfort says you deserve another excuse. Comfort tells you that one more distraction will not matter. Yet years later, those small compromises become a life filled with regret. The truth is simple. Your mind becomes stronger every time you do what is right instead of what is easy. Imagine 2 men. Both have the same opportunities. Both have the same 24 hours. One spends his evenings consuming endless entertainment, scrolling, comparing himself to others, escaping reality. The other spends that same time learning, planning, building skills, exercising, writing down goals, and preparing for tomorrow. 5 years later, their lives look completely different. Why? Not because one was lucky, not because one had secret advantages, because one controlled his mind while the other allowed his mind to control him. The disciplined man understands something powerful. He cannot always control events, but he can control his response to them. When a relationship ends, he does not allow it to define his worth. When someone doubts him, he does not spend weeks proving himself. When life becomes unfair, he does not sit around asking why. He asks what he can do next. That shift changes everything. It turns pain into growth. It turns setbacks into lessons. It turns obstacles into opportunities. Many men spend years waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is dependable. Motivation visits. Discipline stays. If you want to transform your life, stop waiting to feel ready. Ready is a myth. Start before you feel confident. Start before you feel prepared. Start before the conditions are perfect. Every powerful life is built by someone who took action while uncertainty was still present. Another hard truth many men need to hear is that nobody is coming to save you, not society, not your friends, not some future opportunity. The responsibility for your life belongs to you. The moment you truly accept that, something changes. You stop blaming. You stop complaining. You stop waiting. You begin building. Take out a notebook. Write down exactly what you want your life to look like in 3 years. Then break it down into yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily actions. Most men never do this. They hope their future improves while operating without direction. A king does not hope. He plans. He tracks progress. He adjusts when necessary. He remains focused on the destination even when the road becomes difficult. There will be days when nobody believes in you. There will be days when progress seems invisible. There will be days when the results do not match the effort. Those are the days that define you. Those are the days when character is built. The strongest men are not those who never struggle. They are the men who refuse to quit during struggle. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen the mind. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every difficult season becomes preparation for greater responsibility. And if you stay with me, because what comes next may completely change the way you look at yourself, there is one mental habit that silently destroys more potential than almost anything else. And most men practice it every day without realizing it. Number 2, control your words. A king does not speak to fill space. He speaks to create impact. The way you use words shapes how people see you, how opportunities come to you, and how much respect you command in every area of life. Many men unknowingly weaken themselves every day through careless speech. They constantly explain themselves, constantly seek approval, constantly reveal their plans before they have earned results, constantly complain about circumstances they have the power to change. Then they wonder why people do not take them seriously. Think about the strongest person you have ever met. Chances are they did not dominate every conversation. They listened carefully. They observed details others missed. They understood that words have value, and value decreases when something is used carelessly. Many men speak from emotion. A king speaks from intention. There is a huge difference. Imagine someone insults you publicly. One man immediately reacts. He becomes angry, defensive, emotional. He spends the next hour trying to prove himself. Another man remains composed. He understands that not every challenge deserves a response. He understands that self-control is often more powerful than any argument. Which man appears stronger? Which man appears more confident? Which man seems more in command of himself? The answer is obvious. Yet many men continue handing their emotional state to strangers every single day. They allow random comments, criticism, opinions, and judgments to control their behavior. A king refuses to give away that power. He understands that when you react to everything, you become predictable. When you become predictable, you become easy to manipulate. This applies to every area of life. In relationships, many men talk themselves into trouble because they cannot tolerate uncertainty. They need constant reassurance. They need constant validation. They need every conversation to go exactly the way they want. The disciplined man understands something different. He allows people to reveal themselves through actions over time. He pays attention. He observes patterns. He does not rush to conclusions. He does not force outcomes. He allows reality to provide answers. This approach saves him from countless mistakes. Another important lesson is learning when not to share your goals. Many men announce every ambition before they have taken meaningful action. They talk about businesses they have not started, bodies they have not built, skills they have not mastered, dreams they have not pursued. Talking creates the temporary feeling of progress without requiring actual progress. A king understands that execution matters more than announcements. Let your results speak. Let your work speak. Let your consistency speak. There is also tremendous power in learning how to communicate clearly. Speak directly. Say what you mean. Avoid unnecessary complexity. Many men hide behind vague language because they fear accountability. The disciplined man communicates with honesty. He can say no without guilt. He can establish boundaries without anger. He can disagree without becoming hostile. He can express his standards without seeking permission. These abilities transform every area of life. Consider a common scenario. Someone repeatedly wastes your time, disrespects your schedule, or ignores commitments. Many men tolerate it while secretly becoming resentful. A king addresses it respectfully and directly. He understands that every standard you fail to enforce eventually becomes a standard that disappears. Your words teach people how to treat you. Your boundaries teach people what you value. Your communication teaches people whether you respect yourself. There is another truth that many men avoid. The way you speak to yourself matters just as much as the way you speak to others. If your internal dialogue is filled with doubt, excuses, and negativity, your actions eventually reflect it. Start paying attention to what you tell yourself when nobody else is listening. Replace excuses with responsibility. Replace complaints with solutions. Replace self-pity with action. Speak to yourself like someone you are responsible for leading, because that is exactly what you are doing every day. The men who transform their lives are not necessarily more talented than everyone else. They simply develop stronger conversations with themselves. They become deliberate with language, deliberate with standards, deliberate with communication. And when a man learns to control his words, something remarkable begins to happen. He gains influence without force. He gains respect without demanding it. He gains confidence without pretending. But there is a deeper reason this matters, and in the next section, we will uncover the mistake that causes countless men to sabotage their own progress even when they have the right mindset and the right words. And if you are ready to take these principles beyond this video, the Stoic Relationship Blueprint for Men is linked in the comments, packed with timeless lessons you can apply immediately to strengthen your mindset, relationships, confidence, and self-respect. And it is now available in audiobook format, so you can absorb this life-changing knowledge while driving, training, jogging, working, or going about your day with lifetime access, so it will always be yours whenever you need guidance, clarity, or a reminder of the standards you refuse to compromise on. If you want to go even deeper, the complete Stoic Relationship Blueprint course for men is launching in the coming weeks, bringing together powerful principles, practical frameworks, and step-by-step lessons designed to help you transform your life from the inside out. So comment Blueprint below if you want early access and want to be among the first to know when it goes live. Number 3. Control your actions. Kings move with intention. Every action has a reason. This is where life begins separating men into two groups without ever announcing it. One group spends years talking about the life they want, while the other quietly builds it. One group waits for motivation, perfect timing, and ideal conditions. The other starts with what they have, where they are, and improves one step at a time. If you want to carry yourself like a king, you must understand that people do not judge you by your intentions. They judge you by your actions. Life does not reward what you plan to do. It rewards what you actually did. Think about how many times you have promised yourself change. You tell yourself this will be the year you finally get in shape. This will be the year you save money. This will be the year you stop wasting time. This will be the year you become disciplined. Then weeks pass, months pass, sometimes years pass. Nothing changes. Why? Because your future is not built by goals alone. It is built by repeated actions. Every day you are casting votes for the type of man you become. Every workout is a vote. Every book you read is a vote. Every difficult conversation you avoid is a vote. Every promise you keep to yourself is a vote. Eventually those votes create your identity. Many men are frustrated because they focus on outcomes instead of actions. They want confidence before they take action. They want certainty before they move forward. They want guarantees before they commit. But confidence is not created before action. Confidence is created by action. Think about the first time you tried anything difficult. You were uncertain. You made mistakes. You doubted yourself. Yet through repetition you improved. This applies to every area of life. The disciplined man understands that progress comes from repetition, not perfection. He knows he will make mistakes. He knows some decisions will not work out. He knows some opportunities will fail. Yet he moves anyway because he understands something powerful. Inaction carries a cost. Every year spent waiting is a year that never returns. Imagine two men standing at the edge of the same opportunity. One spends months overthinking. The other starts imperfectly and learns along the way. 5 years later, the second man has experience, wisdom, skills, and results, while the first man still has theories. Life rewards movement, not reckless movement, but purposeful movement. This is why self-control is one of the greatest advantages a man can develop. There will be days when you want to quit. There will be days when comfort sounds more attractive than growth. There will be days when distractions appear everywhere. Yet the disciplined man understands that temporary comfort often creates long-term dissatisfaction, while temporary discomfort often creates long-term freedom. Ask yourself a difficult question. What habits are quietly shaping your future right now? Not the habits you talk about, the habits you actually practice. If someone followed you for 30 days and observed your daily routine, what future would they predict for you? That question forces honesty. It forces responsibility. It forces awareness. The principles of self-mastery are not complicated. They are difficult because they require consistency. Wake up earlier. Exercise regularly. Write down your goals. Break those goals into weekly targets. Reduce distractions. Finish what you start. Track your progress. Review your mistakes. Improve 1% every day. These actions seem small when viewed individually, but over time, they become life-changing. Think about a man who improves one area of his life every month. At first, the changes seem insignificant. Then 1 year passes. His body improves. His finances improve. His confidence improves. His discipline improves. His relationships improve. The transformation becomes undeniable. Another important lesson is learning not to act from emotion alone. There will be situations where anger tells you to react, pride tells you to prove yourself, impatience tells you to rush. Yet wisdom often points in another direction. Sometimes the strongest move is restraint. Sometimes the strongest move is patience. Sometimes the strongest move is walking away from an argument, an opportunity, or even a relationship that no longer aligns with your values. That is not weakness. That is control. Consider a man who constantly seeks validation. He changes his behavior based on the approval of others. He spends energy impressing people who have no meaningful impact on his future. Compare him to the man who remains focused on his purpose. One is controlled by external reactions. The other is guided by internal standards. Which man appears stronger? Which man creates better outcomes? Which man sleeps better at night? The answer is obvious. Action becomes powerful when it aligns with purpose. Before making important decisions, ask yourself simple questions. Does this move improve my future? Does this move strengthen my character? Does this move align with my goals? Does this move bring me closer to the life I want? If the answer is no, reconsider it. Every action either builds your kingdom or weakens it. There is no neutral ground. And there is one area where this principle becomes even more important because many men lose years of their lives without realizing it. It is the area that determines freedom, options, and independence. That area is money. Number 4. Control your money. Many men misunderstand money because they focus on what it buys instead of what it provides. Money is not just about possessions. It is about freedom. It is about options. It is about the ability to make decisions without constantly being trapped by financial pressure. A king understands this deeply. He does not worship money, but he respects it. He understands that financial discipline creates opportunities, while financial chaos creates limitations. Look around and you will notice something interesting. Many men work incredibly hard, yet remain trapped in the same cycle year after year. They earn money, they spend it immediately, they increase their lifestyle every time their income increases. Then they wonder why they never move forward. The problem is not always income. The problem is often behavior. A king understands delayed gratification. He understands that every purchase should serve a purpose. He understands that looking wealthy and being wealthy are two completely different things. One is performance, the other is reality. Think about how many men buy things they cannot afford to impress people they barely know. They drive vehicles that stretch their budget. They purchase status symbols they hope will create respect. Yet respect does not come from appearances. Respect comes from competence, discipline, and character. The financially disciplined man understands that every dollar has a job. Some dollars pay for necessities. Some dollars build investments. Some dollars create future opportunities. The goal is not deprivation. The goal is intentionality. Ask yourself a powerful question. If your income stopped tomorrow, how long could you continue living without panic? That answer reveals more about your financial position than almost anything else. Many men avoid this question because it forces uncomfortable truths. Yet uncomfortable truths are often the beginning of transformation. Start simple. Write down every expense. Know exactly where your money goes. Most men cannot tell you where hundreds of dollars disappear each month. Awareness creates control. Control creates improvement. Create a budget. Build an emergency fund. Eliminate unnecessary spending. Learn valuable skills. Increase your earning ability. Invest consistently. These principles sound basic because they are basic. The challenge is not understanding them. The challenge is applying them consistently. Consider two men earning the same income. One spends everything he earns. The other saves, invests, learns, and plans. 10 years later, their lives look completely different. One remains dependent on every paycheck. The other has options. That difference was not created overnight. It was created through daily decisions repeated over years. Financial strength also affects confidence in ways many men underestimate. When you know you can handle unexpected challenges, you carry yourself differently. When you are not constantly worried about money, your decision-making improves. When you have options, you negotiate differently. You think differently. You live differently. This is why personal responsibility matters so much. Nobody cares about your financial future as much as you do. Nobody is coming to build it for you. The responsibility belongs to you. Start educating yourself. Read about investing, learn about business, understand taxes. Develop skills that solve problems and create value. The marketplace rewards value. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities appear. Another truth many men need to hear is that comparison is expensive. The moment you start measuring your progress against everyone else, you lose focus on your own path. There will always be someone richer. There will always be someone further ahead. The question is not whether you are ahead of them. The question is whether you are ahead of who you were yesterday. That is the comparison that matters. Build patiently, build intelligently, build consistently, because real wealth is not built through shortcuts. It is built through discipline repeated over long periods of time. Every book you read about money matters. Every skill you learn matters. Every investment matters. Every dollar saved matters. Small decisions compound into large outcomes. The man who understands this gains something many people spend their entire lives chasing: freedom. The freedom to choose. The freedom to walk away from situations that violate his values. The freedom to pursue meaningful goals. The freedom to build a life based on purpose instead of survival. And when a man combines a disciplined mind, controlled words, purposeful actions, and financial strength, something remarkable happens. He no longer waits for life to change. He becomes the reason it changes. Before you leave, comment, "I choose strength." If you're ready to stop drifting through life and start applying the timeless principles that separate disciplined men from the crowd, then like this video and subscribe so more men can discover these truths before they lose years to confusion, weak habits, and avoidable mistakes. The Stoic relationship, Blueprint for Men, is linked in the comments. It's filled with life-changing principles you can apply immediately, and it's now available in audiobook format so you can listen while walking, training, driving, or building your future. While many voices profit from keeping men distracted, this knowledge has stood the test of more than 2,000 years, and in just a few weeks, I'll be releasing the complete Stoic Relationship Blueprint course, built from those same enduring principles to help you strengthen your mindset, your relationships, and your life, because the man you become from this point forward is entirely up to you.